In this presentation, I will be acting as a consultant for Pepsi diversification strategy for 2018. Um, in this case study, we'll be looking at PepsiCo's diversification strategy in 2014. Um, this mainly focuses on Pepsi dominating the cola and snack industry. Pepsi is a particularly good company, and they improve recent products through mergers and actually acquisitions of other companies like Frito-Lay and Quaker Oats, Doritos, and Mountain Dew. PepsiCo business line this up, and in total, they got about 22 different snack companies. They acquired 22 different snack companies that which I researched through Jonic Snacks is what gave me that research, and it totaled about $1 billion over between 2012 and now. Um, right now, the current situation for the company is focusing on strategies designed to deliver better revenue to the company and earnings. The company maintained an aggressive dividend policy between many company founders, and it helped them gain over $53 billion with the acquisition of these new brands, and it helped them diversify their markets and better their total capital and expenditures. The best way that I can keep this company running at its top performance would be better marketing, to continue marketing out. That's something that they're focusing on right now. Making better, more healthier snacks for the new generation. That's something where a lot of snack companies are going towards. They're trying to be less unhealthy and more healthy to benefit their customers. Um, they've been performing pretty efficiently. The purpose plan they focus on is minimizing company impact in the environment, and building lower energy drinks and water consumption, and reducing the use of packing materials to be more eco-friendly. That's something what they're currently trying to focus on. That's maybe some ways they can better their company. I feel a lot of times people think that snacks are really good for you. So I think Pepsi is doing a great job of, from the perspective of making customers look at those things when they're looking at their snacks and looking for snacks they want to eat. Pepsi can be a stronghold for a lot of different companies to get their product out, like Mountain Dew and these different companies, so they can use that avenue to promote their products. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the SWOT analysis for PepsiCo diversification strategy in 2014. What I noticed early when doing the SWOT analysis is that the company is growing despite level of market stratification, which basically means the market is becoming really stratified because, like I said, it's hard for a lot of snack companies to get people that are healthy, people that are trying to be more food consumption aware of what they're consuming in this generation. So that's for Pepsi to be able to still get those people to buy their product is very unique. And also in this analysis, I seen that Pepsi is positioned to grow in the future and reach its top potential as one of the best global food and beverages industries. Even though they haven't been doing so great in the past years, they've turned that around with like I said, with the grabbing of Frito-Lay, Mountain Dew, Quaker Oats, and these big name companies, and merging them into this one mega company. It's very benefited Pepsi. They continue to have a good global growth with the company. That's some of their strengths, growing globally. What make this company so successful is they have very strong brands in the market. Their strength enables companies to attract different consumers. In addition, this broad mix of representation for Pepsi increases the ability to reach different markets and segments. Like I said, that's something that they had a great did a great job with the past couple of years. Another strength of the company is a extensive market strategy. They have one of the best market strategies in the market right now, as far as television commercials, billboards, online ads. They're doing their thing when it comes to marketing. Also, Pepsi uses different mass marketing strategies to target different groups of people. So like I said, sometimes they target unhealthy people, then people that like the Frito Lays and chips and hot Cheetos, and sometimes they target more healthier people with Quaker Oats, with the granola bars. So they're really hitting every market that they possibly can at this point, and that's something good for them, especially being in food and beverage industry. For the foreseen future, Pepsi derives about 70% of its revenue from the markets in the North and South America. A weakness for them indicates that the company has maximized most of its potentials in the United States. So something that they can grow and build on would be making that more global and making their global presence just bigger. You know what I'm saying? As a company, a multi-million company, your global presence is everything. This weakness can maximize the company outcome, and it can maximize market. Um, um, the diversification of their business then aims to maximize market risk and exposure. So they may have further penetrate developing markets to grow revenue and improve and consume more of their customers through global markets, instead of just getting those soda people that like to drink soda. Pushing different brands harder would be something that they can do in the future. Some of the key alternatives for Pepsi overall would be to achieve, like I said again, a global leadership through acquisitions and alliances all over the world. These strategies are key to help close relationships with different allies and international expansion, and it will help with the perception of their brand and building their brand. PepsiCo also is founded to was found this found this growth with alternative beverage industries. Pepsi expanded its line of beverage to include brands like Gatorade, Propel, Frappuccino, Aquafina, Sobe. They kept going. Like I said, this data was looked up through a site that I have in mind, and it showed me the different brands that they acquired to gain some capital within their company. Some recommendations that I would recommend for Pepsi as a consultant is the Pepsi has the opportunity to just diversify their business worldwide, which would be acquiring more complementary firms to complement the food industry. So I feel that where they can take a step forward is getting something that has nothing to do with Powerade, Gatorade, something out of the food industry that can basically give them a different avenue. I mean, it was going to be difficult to figure out what that is, but a lot of times I think that companies try to stay in this one box, and they don't try to go and look for different avenues of revenue. And I feel that Pepsi has that opportunity to go ahead and make their firm more, I would say, more of an all-around firm where they can get things in different markets and then to penetrate different markets. Like I said before, there's many things that Pepsi is doing well, so it's not I can't really bash this company or talk down to this company because they have been very successful for a long time. I feel that Pepsi should continue to with the mergers and acquisitions. It's helping their company grow a lot. Like I said, that's one of the high points. Is outside of just getting those typical bottled water brands or snack brands. They gotta penetrate another market if they would want to grow globally. They need to penetrate a different market to help them with diversification in some sorts of the diversifying their whole brand. In addition to the 22 brands that Pepsi recently acquired, they also hit a earning over the year of over $1 billion. This means that PepsiCo does not rely on a couple of brands. They actually have different brands. So again, that's something that's great for them. Lastly, PepsiCo has spent large amount of money on marketing and advertising campaigns. These campaigns have been successful in growing the market share value. PepsiCo improved their independence with Walmart. They've moved away from Walmart and selling most of their products in Walmart like they did in the past. But they still have a good relationship with Walmart, where they do sell a lot of different of their products inside of Walmart. If you ever walk inside and the front counters, you will see Pepsi items, mostly Pepsi items. You rarely see Coca-Cola items, and that's something I researched, and that's something I noticed just going to the store for myself. Pepsi prices are usually lower than most of its competitors. Most cola and all these other beverages, Pepsi beats those prices most of the time. And I researched that on one of my sites when I did my SWOT analysis, and it showed me those results. In this analysis of PepsiCo as a company, they have had this long-standing commitment to protecting their consumer. That's something that I feel that they does a great job at, making sure their consumer gets what they want. Pepsi has had a big commitment in delivering a sustained growth through their company by empowering their employees, not bashing them, not paying them what they're supposed to be paid, but giving them what they're supposed to be. And I will commend that company on that, because a lot of companies in this era do not care about their employees, and Pepsi has been one that has had that moral value for their employee, and that caring about their employee. Pepsi appears to be strong right now and not slowing down, with expansions in new health products, like I said, that they're trying to push right now. While the company is at a low risk, they will likely continue to be very, very profitable over the next couple of years. The low possibility for high return investment is still very high. The reason being is because they have a really maximize the potential of the market value. They did very well to outgrow most of their competitors, even though Coca-Cola is still one of the leading brands in cola. I think Pepsi took that different avenue by buying more than just soda, selling more than just soda to its customers. Overall, I still think that Pepsi's one of the best brands. I would drink it over Coca-Cola myself if I had to choose. That's why back in the day they had the Coke Pepsi challenge, because they are two rivals that rivalry will never go away. And they like to. That's when they make decisions. They make decisions based off of the competitors. That's something I see their CEO did say, well, one of his journals, that he wants to beat every beverage cola company in the world. He wants to be the best, and like all companies do, they want to be number one. I think something that Pepsi has put their stamp on is if you watch most of the Super Bowl commercials at Super Bowl halftime, Pepsi has been a part of the Super Bowl commercial halftime for about the last 10-15 years. Pepsi has built a big reputation for a multi-million-dollar corporation as being the biggest multi-million-dollar corporation in earning at the Super Bowl. So they capitalize off that moment, which makes them a formidable opponent when it comes to market and product. They're very formidable to anybody, to any product or to any sales company. They are very strategic in what they do, and they do it well. Pepsi has built a great franchise in recent years. The company has showed a sense of moral compass as far as gay rights, transgender. They are the first company to allow a gay transgender male or female to be shown on an ad or commercial that states their moral compass, and what they are aware of a lot of the social issues that go on in the United States and all over the world, and they do their best to help. I've really seen a lot of articles where Pepsi has gave to different donations. They are a very giving company, and that's why I think all around right now, as a consultant, they're just tremendous. They was able to be named in 2014 the most ethical company by an institute for the 8 consecutive years. So that tells you of what they accomplished and where they are right now as a company. That concludes my case presentation of the Pepsi company. This was a great case study to do. I've learned a lot from this case study as far as company value and what it takes to run a company and things that you have to do to be successful at a company. I think Pepsi gave a great model for me as trying to be a business owner in the future of how you need to be very strategic in the moves you make globally and domestically. This is my case study for the semester. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed doing it, and that's about it.